Have you ever chosen something simply because it felt right? A color, an image, a symbol, without knowing why? And later, when you looked back, that choice seemed to reveal something hidden, something essential about who you are. That is not coincidence. It is your unconscious whispering through symbols. According to Carl Jung, our soul speaks a language older than words. It communicates not through logic, but through images, archetypes, and signs that emerge when we stop trying to control and simply feel. Every instinctive choice is a mirror, reflecting the energy that lives inside you, the one that knows before you know. So for a moment, pause. Breathe in deeply. Let it travel through your chest like a slow tide, and as you exhale, allow your thoughts to fade, one by one. Here, in this quiet space, your intuition becomes the guide. In front of you, there are 3 trees. They are not trees of wood and leaf, but of energy and meaning. Each carries a vibration, a pulse of the psyche. The green tree, the energy of balance, care, and inner peace. It is the breath between giving and receiving, the whisper of life that heals in silence. The red-orange tree, the flame of transformation and passion. It burns with creativity, courage, and the raw desire to live authentically, even if that means breaking old forms. The blue tree, the depth of intuition and inner truth. It belongs to those who listen beyond words, who feel the invisible currents of the soul. Don't analyze, don't hesitate. Let your gaze rest on the tree that pulls your attention first. Trust that gentle magnetism. Because in Jungian psychology, it is never you who truly chooses the symbol. It is the symbol that chooses you. This test is not about prediction or categories. It is an act of listening to that secret part of you that still remembers what harmony feels like, what passion tastes like, what silence sounds like. So breathe again. Imagine you are standing in a quiet forest at dusk. The air is cool, about 60 degrees, crisp and clear. You can almost smell the earth, the leaves, the subtle hum of life. Ahead of you, 3 trees glow softly. Green, red, orange, and blue, each inviting you to step closer. Now choose. Not with your mind, but with your soul. The tree you are drawn to is not random. It is a mirror, reflecting what your heart already knows and what your journey is ready to remember. If your eyes, your breath, or something deep within you led you to the green tree, it was not by chance. The color green is the heartbeat of life itself, the union of sky and earth, of spirit and matter. It is the color of balance, of quiet strength, of a soul that knows how to grow in silence. When you choose green, you are choosing peace. Not the kind of peace that hides from the world, but the one that embraces it, that breathes deeply through storms and finds meaning even in the wind. You are drawn to harmony because you carry it inside you. You are the calm in the middle of chaos, the grounding presence that others instinctively turn to. People may come to you because they feel safe near you, even if you say nothing. Your energy heals without effort. You don't need to shine loudly. Your light works quietly, like sunlight through leaves, soft, constant, nurturing. But beneath that serenity, there is depth. You felt pain, disappointment, and fatigue that few have seen. You know how heavy invisible responsibilities can be, carrying others' emotions, helping them stand when they fall, and sometimes forgetting that you too deserve to rest. This is the paradox of the green soul. You heal others so well that you forget to heal yourself. You give so much that you sometimes empty your own cup. The green tree speaks to you now, softly, like a friend. You do not have to fix everything to be worthy of peace. You are allowed to pause. You are allowed to need care, too. Your growth happens quietly, often unnoticed. You do not chase applause or recognition. You seek meaning. Books, reflections, long walks, a slow morning with coffee around 70 degrees. These are not escapes, but sacred rituals. Through them, you restore your connection to what truly matters. You value authenticity. You are not impressed by status or show. You'd rather share one honest conversation under a tree than 1,000 empty words in a crowded room. Your love is steady, loyal, patient. You may not say, "I love you" often, but when you do, it carries the weight of truth. And yet, the green archetype also carries a challenge. Your desire to keep peace may sometimes lead you to silence when you should speak. You yield to avoid hurting others, but in doing so, you wound yourself. Remember, real harmony is not the absence of tension, but the presence of truth. The green tree invites you to learn the sacred balance of giving without losing yourself. To remember that your worth is not measured by what you offer, but by who you are when you are still. You are both the root and the leaf, grounded yet growing, quiet yet alive. Your serenity is medicine for the world, but the world also wants you to heal. So let this tree remind you, bloom not only for others, but for yourself, because your calm, your love, your quiet strength are gifts the world desperately needs. If your heart was drawn to the red-orange tree, you are the child of fire. Inside you burns a flame that refuses to go out. No matter how many storms you faced, no matter how many times life tried to dim your light. This color, this tree is not gentle. It vibrates. It breathes heat, movement, change. It belongs to the restless souls who were born not to adapt, but to transform. You are not here to walk the beaten path. You are here to set your own trail ablaze, and that is both your gift and your challenge. The red-orange tree represents energy, passion, and rebirth. It calls to those who feel too deeply, love too fiercely, and live too fast. Your soul thrives on intensity, the thrill of creation, the rush of discovery, the courage to leap even when the ground is uncertain. You've likely lived many lives in one, beginnings, endings, new chapters written in fire. Others may see chaos. You see metamorphosis. You know that every destruction hides a seed of rebirth, that from ashes something truer always grows. In Jungian psychology, this energy mirrors the archetype of the transformer, the warrior, and the artist. Those who dare to break patterns, to question, to rebuild. You are drawn to authenticity, and you can feel when someone is not real. Masks, lies, and empty routines suffocate you. You crave truth, raw, unfiltered, even if it burns. Your honesty can be intimidating, your passion misunderstood, but that same fire that unsettles others is the spark that awakens them. You are here to remind people what it means to feel alive. Still, every flame must learn to breathe. Uncontrolled, fire consumes. Directed, it illuminates. Your journey is to find that sacred balance, to channel your intensity not into destruction, but creation. To let your emotions move through you, not rule you. Because when your heart is in harmony, your presence is magnetic, transformative, unforgettable. You love with every cell of your being, completely, without filters, without safety nets. You don't just fall in love, you burn in love. And because of that, you also know heartbreak deeply. The silence after the music, the cold after the fire. But even in loss, You never stay broken. You rise. You always rise. The red-orange tree whispers, "Do not dim your flame to make others comfortable. Learn to burn with awareness, not to destroy, but to create light." Your passion is sacred. It's what pushes humanity forward. Art, love, truth, and change all begin with souls like yours. So when doubt comes, remember, you were not made for smallness. You are here to ignite, to awaken, to build worlds from embers. And every time you dare to live with courage and authenticity, the universe itself burns a little brighter. Keep your flame alive, the tree says. Let it warm, not wound. Let it lead you, and others, from darkness into dawn. If your soul was drawn to the blue tree, you belong to the kingdom of silence, depth, and invisible truths. This color doesn't shout. It hums. It vibrates softly, like a song only the heart can hear. It calls those who walk between worlds, half here, half somewhere beyond the veil of reason. The blue soul is not made for noise. It listens. It feels. It dreams in languages no one taught it. You are one of those rare beings who sense life not just through events, but through atmosphere. You notice the pauses between words, the tension behind a smile, the sadness in someone's eyes that others never see. Your intuition is your compass, precise and ancient. You may have often felt out of place, too quiet in a world that glorifies noise, too deep in a culture that fears silence. But that quietness is not a flaw. It is your strength. Because in your stillness you see. You perceive what others ignore, the subtle threads connecting everything, the hidden rhythms that pulse beneath existence. In Jungian terms, this is the archetype of the sage, the mystic, the seer. You seek meaning beyond appearances. You question what others accept. You are drawn to spirituality, art, poetry, or simply moments of solitude where your inner world can breathe. When others escape into distractions, you dive into reflection. When they chase validation, you pursue understanding. Your mind is an ocean, vast, mysterious, full of forgotten treasures. But this gift comes with weight. Feeling so much, knowing so deeply, can be lonely. You absorb the emotions around you, sometimes confusing what's yours and what isn't. You sense when something is wrong long before it's said aloud, and it can leave you drained. That is why your greatest lesson is protection. To guard your energy as sacred space. To learn that saying no is not rejection. It is self-respect. You are not meant to carry everyone's pain. You are meant to translate it into light. Your creativity is your bridge. Through writing, music, painting, or contemplation, you give form to what cannot be spoken. Your art, your words, your mere presence. They soothe, they heal, they reveal. The blue tree speaks gently to your heart. You do not need to explain your silence. You do not need to fit where your soul cannot breathe. Your depth is not a curse. It is your sacred language. Even when loneliness visits, remember that solitude is your temple. It is there, in the quiet, that your spirit realigns, that your wisdom refills. So walk slowly, like moonlight over water. Trust your rhythm. You are not behind. You are simply in tune with eternity's pace. And when the world feels too loud, come back here, to your inner forest, to the blue light within. Because this tree, this symbol, is not a mirror of isolation. It is a reminder that your sensitivity is your power, and your stillness, your greatest song. Listen, the blue tree whispers. Your intuition is the voice of the divine within you. Follow it, and you will never be lost. Now step back and look once more at the three trees before you. Green, red, orange, and blue. Three colors, three vibrations, three ways of being. But what if they were never separate at all? What if every choice, every symbol, every energy you felt drawn to was simply a reflection of different parts of you calling out to be seen, accepted, and reunited? In Jungian psychology, the journey of the soul is not to choose one aspect and reject the others. It is to integrate, to bring light to shadow, balance to chaos, and consciousness to what once was hidden. That is the path of individuation, the sacred return to wholeness. You are not only the calm of the green tree, nor only the fire of the red-orange tree, nor only the depth of the blue tree. You are the forest itself, vast, alive, ever-evolving. The green within you anchors your roots. It reminds you that life grows quietly, that healing happens in patience, that care begins from within. The red-orange within you fuels your heart. It teaches you courage, authenticity, and the art of burning away what no longer serves your truth. And the blue within you expands your spirit. It whispers of depth, intuition, and the infinite silence from which all wisdom is born. When these three energies coexist, you stand in perfect harmony, rooted like earth, burning like fire, flowing like water. That is the alchemy of the soul, the uniting of opposites into something radiant and whole. So close your eyes now. Imagine yourself standing beneath those three trees. The air around you is still, the temperature a mild 60 degrees, not too cold, not too warm. Sunlight filters through the branches, scattering shades of green, gold, and blue across your skin. You can feel your heartbeat syncing with the rhythm of nature, steady, alive, ancient. Each breath you take connects you to one of them. Inhale, the serenity of the green. Exhale, the fire of the red-orange. Inhale again, the silence of the blue. And in that rhythm, something deep inside you awakens, not as separate colors, but as one luminous light. Because at the end of every symbol, every test, every archetype, there is only one message. You are already complete. You are not missing anything. You were never broken. You are the seed, the flame, and the sky, all in one heartbeat. So when life feels divided, when you question who you are or where you belong, return to this image. The forest is inside you. The trees are not outside, waiting to be chosen. They live within your spirit, waiting to be remembered. What you choose, Jung once said, reveals who you are becoming. And perhaps today, through a simple image, your soul has shown you exactly that. Not who you should be, but who you already are. So carry this knowing gently. Let it guide your days, your choices, your dreams. And remember, you are both the question and the answer, both the seeker and the forest. Grow, whispers the green. Shine, murmurs the red-orange. Listen, breathes the blue. Together, they say, you are the whole garden, the mirror of your soul.